to our friends and family. Welcome back to our channel. It is a tribe called Dhillon Podcast. I'm Angie Dhillon.
And I'm Rose Dhillon.
And I'm Alvin Dhillon.
Hope you had a great week. Please start thinking about your win of the week as we discuss ours. Over to you, Rose.
All right, win of the week. So I discovered, and maybe other people have discovered too, that Tucker Carlson interviewed Putin. Ooh. Yeah, he went all the way to Russia and he did it. And I started the first 20 minutes of it because it's kind of hard to listen to because as people might know, Putin doesn't speak English. So they have a translator. And so you can hear the translator voice on top of his voice. But it started off really interesting. It was really him kind of giving Tucker a history lesson. And then Tucker responded back with, it was really good. He was like, yeah, I'm just not sure what this has to do with the last 2 years. And so what I really gathered from that was like, I wanted to go in front of the screen and I wanted to say, all right, boys, put your dicks away. This pissing contest is over. And can I tell you, Al taught me this line like 6 weeks ago and I've been dying. Everywhere I go, I say this line. I'm like, where could I ever use this? Like, where could I ever? And then when I watched that, I was like, perfect. That's where I can use it.
Yeah, because that's what they were doing. Yeah. I watched 5 minutes of it. I couldn't continue. They were just going back and forth, bickering with each other. And you're like, here we go again.
Tucker Carlson. What a cool name.
Yeah. And Fox fired him and I don't think they realized that he is just going now. Like, I think it was like a blessing for him.
Yeah, he was, I did not like him at all when he was with Fox because I used to find his character so irritating, very pro-Trump and just very right-wing. And as soon as he left that, you hear him talking on other podcasts. He's like a regular person. Yeah. Good points of view. Good. Yeah. And you're like, oh, this is a different Tucker Carlson. Yeah. I actually enjoyed watching some of his podcasts. Yeah, I did too.
He had Tony Robbins on. He's actually a really good interview.
Yeah, he seems a very chill person.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Al, what is your win of the week?
So my win is kind of funny. As we all get older, I started realizing, okay, I've had like gray hairs coming in my beard and mustache or whatnot. And I've been able to get away with just trimming those out. So as a couple of years went by, I knew this day was going to come where, okay, now there's getting too many now. So when I trim quite a bit out and you look in the mirror, my beard and my mustache look like patches. Like there's little patches missing from it.
You got salt and pepper going on.
Yeah. So I started wondering, like, oh man, this is not looking good. So then I was like, okay, we're getting there. We're not there yet where I have to start dyeing it. And then I started working with Ange again at the office. And then people started incessantly coming by and would say, oh, I didn't know that's your sister. I didn't know you guys are brother and sister. So which one's older?
Yeah! Wait for me!
Like, oh, God. It's like, okay, wait, one time it was funny. And then when it started happening routinely, and I said, I know what this is. The answer is. And he just started dyeing my gray hair because it's giving it away when someone says, oh, who's older? Because I can tell it's got to be the gray hair. If there's no gray hair, then you're not going to be able to tell that I'm getting older.
That's exactly why I think it is. Not that I
make a point here. Gray hairs actually come with younger kids because I saw a guy at like Marshall's and I was like, how old are you? I'm in college. And I was like, he's fully gray hair, everything.
But mine's taken over and mine doesn't go gray. They go white hairs. So I said, oh, I don't want to end up looking like Santa Claus before I hit like 38 or so. I'm at that point. I'm going to have to start dyeing it because the trimming is not working. I started looking like I'm missing half a mustache.
So the reason and the trigger was our colleagues at work thought that I was, even though I'm the eldest, that he's the eldest.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because there's a 10-year age gap between the two of you. I got it all the time and I was like, because I'm taller. Yeah. I swear there's stats on this, that when the second kid is taller than the first kid, people assume that you're the oldest because they just assume the tallest is the oldest.
Yeah. When they started saying that to me, I just looked at them straight face and just walked off.
Well, whatever it is, I just love the fact that when people ask us,
loves this.
Yeah, when like, oh, who's older? I'm like, do say that again. Say that again. Yeah. When you're a big sister, you're going to love those moments.
I feel like she only introduces me to people that are going to say that.
Oh, too funny. Okay, my win of the week is super exciting, Rose. I took your advice and I actually sat and stared at the wall. Oh. I probably could have done it longer. I did it for 10 minutes, but then I got bored. Yeah, and then I was like,
but good for you.
And maybe it's because I was sitting like cross-legged, like in a yoga pose, but yeah, I did it for 10 minutes. I didn't I mean, I don't really see what the big deal is, but I can understand why people don't want to do it longer because it was just uncomfortable sitting like that.
I had a cushion under mine. You could have a cushion.
No, maybe I'll try it again, but I didn't.
Were you stiff when you get up though?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I think it's for anyone that sits in the same position for more than 10, 15 minutes, your joints are stiff.
Yeah. Well, maybe because you guys don't stretch enough.
No, I mean, I did it after exercising because I knew I'd have
Let's take a poll. Let's take a poll for people that do get stiff or don't get stiff. Put it in the comments.
Yes.
I'm sure there's going to be more people that do get stiff.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I'm sure I could have gone longer, so I'm going to try it again sitting in a chair, but I did it.
Good job.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
That's really good.
Yeah, Mom is going to beat you then because Mom's gone all the way to 35 minutes.
She has.
Yep.
I just, you know what happened with me is I started thinking about stuff like what content I'm going to do. What am I supposed to do at work? All these other thoughts. And I was like, you know, sitting here for 10 minutes, I could have done so much stuff. And I just thought it was pointless and wasting my time. So I got up. I was like, I'm going to do something else. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, I'm super excited about today's content. And maybe that's what inspired today's episode, sitting against the wall. And it got my creative juices flowing. And as you know, when there's two sisters and a brother, like us other sisters can relate, we do all sorts of funny things to our little brother. We get up to no good. And guess what? You're about to witness another one right here, right now, live on the podcast. And so this episode is appropriately, don't play it yet, Rose.
Yeah, I'm getting ready.
It's titled, It's My Birthday. And so Alvin had a birthday during the week. We're taping today. It's a Saturday. So we're a family we're all about celebrating good stuff and highs and lows. So we're going to be celebrating our little brother tonight. Rose, going back, it was your birthday during Christmas Day, during the Christmas holidays. So that was another birthday that we weren't able to celebrate and do anything. So we're going to merge the two birthdays together and talk about It's My Birthday, even though it's really Alvin's birthday. So are we ready? And big sister went and got some stuff and some props. So Rose, DJ, go.
All right, let's do this. Are you guys ready? Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
wow,
sorry.
Rose.
There we go. Sorry.
Here we go.
It's my birthday.
It sure is your birthday.
Oh, God.
And look, the title of our episode, no joke.
I went to probably the kids section to get that one.
Nope. All right, Rose, DJ, thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to hire you for any parties.
Yeah, thank you, DJ 30 cents.
30 cents. Here's the deal. When I was doing this, I was like, do we say Alvin's birthday? Like, what do I do? I'm like, no, it's my birthday. Like, that's how we should talk about it. And look what I found. It's my birthday hat. And oh my God, we're all magically wearing blue.
Wow.
Do you remember these hats we used to wear as kids?
Are we going to wear this? Are you going to wear it?
Alvin's going to wear it for
Do
a
I get
little
one
while.
too?
No, I couldn't find any more. They didn't have
there's no hats for
So
me.
I guess
sorry.
it wasn't your birthday.
This is
just
terrible.
I
mine.
feel like we shafted the middle child. I'm
once
really
again.
sorry, but I got us something better though.
I feel like I should keep
Something
going.
better than this
The
hat?
music should have continued.
Like a real hat?
I got us these party headband.
Yeah, I want to wear one.
Yeah. So I got us these because it is a party, y'all.
This is the kind of shit I have to deal with.
Okay,
Could have all I asked the universe was
What
for
color would you like?
another brother.
I'll just take purple.
Okay.
Because it's the
Sometimes the universe does not listen.
party, everybody.
And I wanted to surprise these two. I didn't want them to know that. And I have another prop too. Hold on. This one's going to match. How do we look? Oh my God, you look so cute.
I feel like I need the music back.
Look how you got the cool looking ones. I have this one.
You're going to only wear that. You can change it afterwards. I'll leave it out. But guess what I got? This is creating nostalgia for all of us when we were young and our parents used to go buy these.
A fake mustache like the ones you guys
Do you
used to have.
remember these things? I've been wanting one of these blowout things for so long. It's a party, y'all.
It's a party. You're invited.
Alvin, you're wearing blue.
Feel free to go and change into a blue and join
We're going
us.
to do it at the count of 3.
Okay.
Rose, we're going to give you red because you're a rose. Wait. It's
Oh, it
supposed to
doesn't make the
that's
sound.
it. Damn it, that's what they
This
told
is
me.
what happens when you go to the
Here we go,
dollar store,
ready?
not the
1,
party
2,
store.
3.
Great. Sorry, we'll ask afterwards.
It's supposed to make that sound. Oh man, I gotta work on my
Feel like
air,
I'm-
my lung
I
capacity.
feel like I'm smoking a blunt here.
Woo, I do have a reactive airway.
Don't have an asthma attack on air now.
Where's my puffer? Okay, we will put this away.
Okay, that was fun. Thanks, Ange.
You're welcome.
I liked it.
Too bad it didn't do that. You know when you blow, it's like brrr, and it does that sound.
You can add that. I'll just add that.
Okay, so Al.
The beauty of technology.
Yes. So Alvin, as another year rolls, how do you feel about birthdays?
I'm starting to understand why people don't like talking about their age as they get older. For me, it's because I still feel like I act young and think young. but my age doesn't reflect that. So people expect that at a certain age, like, oh, you should have all these things and you should be acting a certain way. And I'm not about that. I'm all about just let's enjoy one day at a time and have some fun and don't take life too seriously.
Can I add? And those people that usually do that, have you noticed they're always the crustiest people? The people tell you should act your age. You're like, yeah, you look like you left your childhood a long time ago.
Yeah, those are the kind of people that are just waiting for death.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about, and then I'll get to Rose about this, but so it's been a year. What have you learned about yourself this year?
Quite a bit, actually. More than I probably learned in the first 20 years of my life.
That's good.
Yep. I've learned that do you know when they say, oh, you should dedicate your time to one thing and try to become the master of that? I find that's not me. I like to do a bunch of everything. I like learning about this, learning about that, learning about that, and becoming like the jack of all trades instead of saying, I'm going to dedicate all my time and resources into becoming the master of this one topic. I just find after a certain amount of time, I get bored of it and I need a change and I need something different. So when I try to learn, let's say, video editing and become like the best video editor, after a certain amount of hours of that, I say, okay, I need to take a break from that and go look at like, okay, how can I become a better carpenter at certain things? But I don't want to become a master carpenter. I just want to know enough that if I need to fix a few certain things, I can make it look clean. So I find that in some people's eyes, it might be like, oh, you're jumping around a lot. But I feel like that's what I need. Like I need to keep changing it up, trying something new.
Okay, that's good. Anything else? Any other aha moments or any growth, like a growth thing that you're very proud of?
This has been probably the first year in like my entire life. It's been over a year now, but it's been about a year and a half where I've gone without booze. And
yay! Sobriety, you!
And not like a booze, like, oh, I'm like the angry sober person that's been angry all year. Like, oh, I can't drink booze. I was like, oh, I don't wake up with no hangovers. I'm not like trying to recover from that night of partying and it takes me days to come back. I don't have any of these issues and I feel fresh all the time. And I said, oh, I see what they're talking about now. I really enjoy this, but I'm also California sober. So I enjoy my weeds. And especially now that they're making weed drinks available, those are awesome. So it's like almost that you don't even need to go back towards booze because you can have a weed drink, feel amazing, have like laugh your ass over 4 hours. No hangover, no nothing. You have a great night's sleep and you wake up the next day like ready to tackle on another day.
Good for you, Al. Good stuff. You sound very optimistic.
Yeah, I thought I would be regretting like the years saying, oh, I can't wait till I drink again. Now I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I was around some people drinking at the party and I was thinking in my head, I was like, yeah, this is fun for about 2 hours. And after that, what are you going to do? We're all going to go home. Like I've always been the type that I don't like to have just 2 drinks. I don't drink during the week. I'll save it up on the Saturday, go ham, recover on Sunday, and then do it again like 2 weeks later. So like I don't miss it. I enjoy like how I feel. And
I think you're also going to realize that you're very rare that you do that every couple weeks. A lot of people now do it like every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, and then you're like, whoa, how do you recover? Yeah.
I like to just, you after about a good night of drinking, you're usually good for like 2 weeks. I'm like, body's recovering for a good week or so. Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Sorry to do this. Rose, I couldn't find you a pink one. I wanted to find you something too. So I'll take it off and it's Rose's turn now.
Oh, what?
Oh, did you want to wear it still?
Oh.
I'll give it back to you. I just thought,
that's nice of you, Ash. That's a great idea.
Because we're going to talk to you.
Yeah, we can swap now.
I'm sorry.
Even with your siblings, you have to share your birthday hats.
I've been sharing my whole life.
And you got to do, it's my birthday. Yeah. And it matches.
How does this go again? Oh,
I used to love the cone hats.
Yeah.
There we go.
Like a real champion.
So Rose, you had your birthday.
I like that one better. It's weird under my neck, but that's all right.
Rose, you look super cute.
Thanks.
You can rock that. Okay. Yeah. Do you want the blue? Which color am I wearing? Al, blue? Do you want to trade?
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
either way, look stupid.
Okay, Rose. It does. We look still. We look stupid.
Yeah.
We know
we're
that.
very much aware. So sometimes people, I think someone DM'd us on one of them, and I'm like, we're very much aware of that. And we're so self-aware.
Yeah, but
that was probably me DMing you.
And then from another IG
account. Private account. You look stupid.
Okay, here's the thing, and this is what I want your takeaway for all of our listeners and our viewers. Don't ever lose your inner child.
Yes.
And the three of us, we do, what's the word I'm looking for? We actually make an effort to make sure that we don't ever lose that inner child, because I felt like we did at some point.
Yes.
And
100%.
Our podcast has ignited us to be silly, to be cheesy, to be crazy. And it brings so much enjoyment out of it. So even if you don't get a laugh at it, we laugh at ourselves and at each other.
And I feel like I channel that more for you guys. I intentionally act immature for you guys.
Wow, thank you, Al.
And I'd like to say I'm channeling my inner food.
Okay, let's go over to you, Rose. Rose, you also had a birthday about 6 weeks ago as we're taping this. Unfortunately, your birthday always gets shafted because you are a Christmas-born baby.
Yep.
The holidays seem to trump your birthday.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. Have you come to terms with like, it is what it is? Because this year you actually talked about, one of our cousins said to you, why don't you celebrate your birthday a couple days later or another day where it's the days about you and not Christmas?
Yeah, she gave me the idea of just pushing exactly 1 month forward. So it's January 25th. And I'm really considering it. But there's something special about being born on Christmas Day. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you. There's something special. It feels unique. You feel special. You feel different. I remember mom saying when I was born, first Christmas born that year, the celebrations they had at the hospital, like maybe that piece being a baby just inside me. I don't know. I don't think I can give it up. And I will say, like growing up, I'm looking back at some of the pictures of growing up. My parents did a really, really great job of celebrating and my birthday. And I had Indian friends. So Indian kids don't celebrate Christmas. So on Christmas Day, actually a lot of my friends from elementary school were at my house at 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. celebrating. Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures. They were all there. And my dad had like a big square cake for me. And like, so I don't think I missed out growing up. Like the 5 to 12, I think it was when I became an adult. Like after 21 is when we kind of like, we're like, Christmas is more important. So I don't think I missed out that much growing up. I think it became more when I got older. And maybe I was going through that phase where I didn't want to really celebrate either. Like you just don't like, when you get to that place, you're like, oh, when am I supposed to be married? Supposed to have a boyfriend? Well, all that nonsense and it takes away from it. But I'm with you now, which is I'm celebrating my birthday with my amazing favorite people. I'm so blessed to be the job I have, the life I have, the family I have. There's just nothing to complain about. So I'm celebrating every year until my time is up. But I'm not a crazy celebrator like Angie is. Like it's a week long. She will remind you June. I've got the restaurant booked. I got the cake booked. She's got everything down to it. I'm not like that. But I did say because my 40th birthday got shafted, I was going through something at that time.
There's also COVID too.
That I couldn't do anything. So I promised myself that on my 45th birthday, I would be throwing myself a really big bash, like a DJ and all.
Guess what, Al? These headbands are kind of coming handy for her 45th birthday because it's a party.
And I'll make sure it's January 25th. At that point, I'll make sure nothing about Christmas. We won't do anything. It'll be a massive bash.
And it'll be something to look forward to in the new year when there's a lull.
Yes. And I will have a DJ, a winter wonderland theme. You name it. I'm going to go all out for that birthday.
Good for you.
Now, wait, I have one question though.
Yeah.
Would you feel this special about your birthday if Jesus wasn't born on that day and it wasn't Christmas?
Of course not. That's what makes it special. Yeah. And I used to do that running joke, right, to people when they'd say mean things to me. I'm like, you should be careful what you say to me. I'm Junior JC. Like I used to run with that. It was fun. And then sometimes people would get a little scared. Like, hey, like I was joking, like, don't do any like voodoo on me. I was like, please. Yeah. Careful what you say to me. Yeah.
But
so make sure you do my homework after school.
Yeah. But do we really know if Jesus was born on, that's what they say, right?
So don't try to get us canceled here.
No, I know, but I'm just curious to know because it's like, is it proven? There's no facts. It's just through time. That's what
I feel his energy is within me. I think that's why I'm such a kind and compassionate person is I feel his energy is with me. Otherwise, it's really easy. I should be more angry at some people that have screwed me over in my life and I wish them well. And I always wonder, why am I like this? Like, why am I so forgiving and just like moving on? Like, it's got to be that part of me, that Jesus in me.
He gave you some of that light.
Some of that light. Because I really do feel like, and you guys and I have talked about that. Yeah. Like, you really should have, I have a cousin who's like, you should really hate him. I'm like, yeah, I can't. I've tried, man. I've really tried. Yeah.
Yeah. Same question for you. What have you learned about yourself the past year?
Oh, actually, you know what? My journey started right when I turned 40 about self-discovery. So it's just like unlayering and unlearning every year that what I thought I knew at 40 and what I know at 42 is definitely still changing and evolving. So don't stick and be rigid to like, oh, this is how it is and this is how it's going to be. It's constantly evolving and changing. I would definitely say I have realized that I am very resilient. I've gone through quite a bit and I can get right back up again and dust it off. And I don't realize that that's kind of like a superpower. And so I'm proud of myself for that. I'm still a bit of a coward. Like I was telling these guys earlier, like this girl cut me off at the bakery shop and like I wanted to say something to her, but I was like, she's so much bigger than me. She's going to punch me. Like that's something that I really still have to work through. I've come to realize that. I'm like, I'm a bit of a coward. Okay. But other than that, I'm happy on my journey. I'm happy of the path that I'm on of the self-discovery and just being really open-minded. I think the older you get, the more narrow you get and the more closed you get. And I seem to be going the opposite direction where I'm becoming more open-minded, more like, okay, tell me this, sell me what you're telling me. Like, I think we have, especially in America, this red pill, blue pill, and everyone makes you pick a side. And I'm refused to pick a side. And I'm like, no, I just want the truth. And I just want good people.
Always pick the green pill.
What's the green pill, Al? The money pill?
Oh, make you feel a lot better.
Al and I said this on a previous episode, and you agreed with this, is that you need to be more assertive.
Yes.
And you let people walk all over you.
Yes.
And, with the person that cut you off or that, I think there's a way that you can say something very nicely just to kind of, maybe sometimes people forget or they're just like, oh, they weren't mindful, but you can kind of, bring back a little bit of that and just say, hey, listen, I was waiting here, before you or whatnot.
No, and it's funny you said because Jordan Peterson was on his daughter's podcast and he was saying how he's taught people how to be assertive. And she's like, does it work? And he's like, I know it works. I've had patients who are zero assertiveness and I've taken them to becoming assertive people. So I was like, there's hope for me. Mm-hmm. I can be assertive. Mm-hmm. Okay. I just need to. So when he, puts out his program, I'm going to make sure I sign up for that and learn how to be more assertive.
Good. And then when we talk about on your next birthday, you can say, this is what I did in the past.
By next birthday, I'll have told off at least 5 people.
And at least got punched out once.
Yeah, at least get punched out once.
The story.
Yeah.
Yes. The reason that I wanted to make sure that we table today's episode and it's my birthday and make it a celebration is because, like you said, our parents did a wonderful job. When I look back at through our family album, there isn't a birthday that they did not celebrate. They really made sure that collectively that they celebrated each of our birthdays and brought that fun finesse touch to it. And those are some of my best childhood memories.
Agreed.
And I just wanted to recreate that in an episode in such a way that, we can respect what our parents did, but yet carry on that tradition. And for those of you that are listening, if you've got young children, I'm sure you probably do the same thing that our parents did, is that make sure that it's a memorable day for them. But I also want to talk about those people that don't celebrate their birthdays, because I know that I've encountered people through the course of my life and my career that say, oh, it's just another day and what is there to celebrate? And it makes me really sad when I hear that. And I'll tell you why I feel what my take is on that. I think it's because we're a hard society. I'll tell you right now, society and whoever these people are, which is all of us, it's a culmination of all of us and our point of views and our perceptions on how you should be living your life and what success is in life. And I think when you get to a certain age, especially as you start to get older, if you don't have, the white picket fence, if you don't have the house, if you don't have the baby, you don't have the marriage, you don't have the carriage, and you don't have a certain status or a car, you're not considered successful.
Right.
And to me, especially in our South Asian culture, that is what they measure as success. And these things to me don't matter, because you can have all of these things and still be very unhappy. Yeah. To me, the golden key is your self-happiness and not having all of these possessions. So to me, I think that's why a lot of people shy away from celebrating their birthdays if they're not at, that point in life where they have that status symbol. And it's like, well, what's the point? Because people are just going to ask me all sorts of questions at the birthday party or when people are around me. So what's your take on that, Rose?
Well, I had watched something years ago that really helped me change my perspective on that, which is like, you are 1 in 8 billion people. Like, your DNA is uniquely you, everything about you, like what all of Earth had to do to create you to be here, how much, process through evolution we've gotten here. We should just be happy that we get to experience life in a human form on planet Earth. And I think if we start looking at it from that perspective, that alone should make you feel really blessed that you are there's nobody else out there like you. Nobody else has the exact same genetic makeup that you have. That alone should remind you that how unique and special you are, and that every one of us has a gift. Every one of us has a unique talent. And it's just going to take some of us time to uncover what that unique gift and that talent is. Don't give up. Samuel L. Jackson, right, discovered his talent at 47, decided he wanted to become an actor. And he's a darn great actor. Like, some people figure out their talent at 50 or 60. It's something that you're just going to keep going through life and figuring out as you go, but just don't give up hope and always celebrate your birthday, whether it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, celebrate the fact that you're still here and learning while you're on this amazing planet that's spinning.
That's great. Great advice, Rose. And just to quickly add before I go to Alvin, celebrating your birthday is not just your birthday, but you're celebrating your life. It doesn't matter what you have, what you've accomplished, what you haven't. It doesn't matter, but it is celebrating your existence and that you came into the world and that you matter. So celebrate yourself, and which is your life. Al, over to you. What do you say to those people that don't celebrate birthdays, or when you hear stuff like that?
I feel bad because I've been those kind of people that when you know that you're going through something tough, or you're just not at that life stage of when everyone around you is at, as far as owning things and having things, you're like, I don't want to bring this attention to myself on my birthday. Or people ask, what are we going to do for your birthday? And I'll be like, oh, we're going to figure something out. I'll do something. I'll just buy enough time. 1 month later goes by. Everyone forgot and they moved on to the next thing. And it's been not always, but just been certain times where you get kind of cringe as your birthday gets closer. You're like, okay, well, they're going to ask, where are we going to go? We're going to go party. And what are we going to do? And you just make up excuses. Or there's times where you say, this is not what I want to go and do again. I don't want to go out and spend a bunch of money on literally just booze for the night in a hotel and then wake up the next day and do what. So I feel bad. I've been there, but I also feel like maybe sometimes you should be celebrating your life every day.
Yeah.
And having a good time.
Yeah. And also maybe it's important that you go through those stages in your life to then appreciate when you're back at celebrating your birthday again. Like I remember when I was there and look how far I've come. That's also a celebration for people. Cause I've been where you were too, where like there was times I was like, I just don't really feel like celebrating my birthday. And then, you got older and I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to celebrate it. And the fact that I'm still alive, strong, I'm healthy and I'm resilient. I'm going to celebrate that. Yeah.
Now don't get it misconstrued though. When you say celebrate your birthday every day, it doesn't mean getting lit every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not sustainable because you will be hungover the next day.
Yeah.
And you got to go to work.
Yeah. Okay. Final question. Was there ever a birthday that marked a significant turning point in your life? Like, do you remember that birthday and you're like, yeah, like that was the one that changed the trajectory, in the course of like how you looked at things? Back to you, Al, for that one. It feels like
I'm
this last
sure
1
there must
year
have been
for you
some when I was younger, but I just can't remember. But
I feel like for you, Al, this last 1 year has been a huge turning point, and because I've seen your growth and I've seen the shift in you.
But it wasn't like because of the birthday that got me to change. It was there was actually nothing. I did nothing for the birthday because I continued on my path of changing. So I didn't want to celebrate anything because in my head it was saying this is not worth celebrating right now. I haven't gotten to the level I want. But this year, it's not like I want to celebrate, but I just want to acknowledge myself to say, oh, I was able to go 1 year without booze and be in a happier state than I was. Not in a state of like, I can't wait till this summer comes around so I can start drinking again. It's just in a different headspace. I think it comes with you just aging and growing up and getting a little older to say, yeah, there's different things in life that I catered to a few years ago. There's different things that I enjoy now in my current life stage. And people will ask, oh, what are you going to do on the weekend? You're going to go out and do something? I'm like, no, that's not what I want to go and do. Like I enjoy just chilling and working on our podcast and doing other things. And people just expect like, oh, the weekend's got to be full on busy. You're going to go out and do things. And you're like, no, that's not what I want to do. It's not just about spending the money. It's also just like, I think for me personally, after COVID, I just got a little more weird like everybody else. Yeah. I just prefer to stay at home more and smoke a joint and just chill.
Rose, same question to you. Any significant or a particular birthday that marked a turning point for you?
Yeah, I had two. So definitely when I turned 30, I remember being like, okay, well, I'm married. I don't have any, I wasn't even in a relationship on my 30th birthday. So I was one of those. And back then, remember in Surrey, that's a big deal, right? So I was just finishing my bachelor's degree, was my last year. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm going to focus on finishing that degree this year. And you know what? I don't even care if I don't get married anymore. Like I would just like let go of it. And literally within like, I think it was 2 weeks, I met the most amazing man. Like, yes, people think, oh, well, where is he? It's not always about like the long term. It was the fact that at that moment in my life, I met what I think was one of the most amazing men I've ever met in my life. And he changed my perspective, the way I viewed the world, the way I looked at things, the way I looked at myself, the confidence I built to myself. All of that was shifted on my 30th birthday. And that's right. It was around that time. And then fast forward 10 years later to my 40th birthday, another milestone, a life changing of realizing I can't be where I am anymore. I can't be in this marriage. I can't be in the life that I am. I have to disrupt my life, unfortunately. But there's so much beauty outside of that. During the pain, it's so hurtful and it's so sad and scary, but there's so much beauty outside of the pain. And so for some reason, the 30 and the 40 were really milestone events for me. I don't know why, but that was it. I can't really tell you the 35, the 36, the 32, that was pinpoint. Those two were really monumental for me. You know, and I'm going to ask you the question. I know your birthday's not right now, but what about you? Was there something?
There was. I'm glad you said that. For me, when I hit the dirty 30, I thought I knew everything at 30. And then I realized when I hit 40 that, damn, you didn't really know much, girl, in those 10 years. For me, 40 was a turning point for me. And 40 was because I had just gotten divorced freshly. I think it was within a year. I also didn't have any children. And I also went back at 40 to get my bachelor's degree. So for me, that was a monumental year of growth, just life perspective and where you think you should have been in life. Life just gave me a reality check in a good way, nudged me like to think bigger. And honestly, had I not gone through all of those things, I don't think I would be where I am today. I feel the three of us are at this point in time at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. So for me, I just think the universe gives the signs, and sometimes we get little, the chess game, we get checkmated by the universe, but it's always for something good. So for me, I hold 40 near and dear. And I'm actually, I'm going to say this, I'm looking forward to when I hit 50 in a couple of years. I'm heading in that direction. And
you look great.
I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. But I just can't wait. And I'm going to celebrate it because to me, to still be here and to be alive and to experience the amazingness of what we get to do collectively, man, the last 1 year has been a hoot for me.
Great answer, Ange. You know what? I got to pound you for that one. That was solid. Solid.
And honestly, I swear, when you hit 50, if someone asks me who's older, I'm going to slap the shit out of them. I would slap the shit out of them.
They're going to ask you that Benjamin Button. Something going on with her genetics. She's going backwards.
They're going to ask me why, because I'm still going to continue to rock the silliness like this, the cheesiness. And I think that is the essence and the beauty of, and the secret to staying young. Don't take yourself so seriously. Laugh at yourself once a day. Find people in your circle that lift you, elevate you, and that make you laugh. And don't take yourself so seriously.
Stay immature, because if they're calling you immature, they're old.
Everyone, we got DJ 30 Cent back in the house, aka Rose. It's the birthday episode. We just want to thank you for tuning into our channel, listening to The Tribe. We'll be back next week. Please hit that subscribe button because there's more cheese to come in the future. We love you. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. The Tribe is signing off. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
And like our Indian parents would say, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And if it's your birthday today as you're watching this, happy birthday to you.